Weather, arrests, and all kinds of incidents. Where do you get new housing opportunities in Montgomery County? And comfort food, a spectacular winter in Montgomery County. Welcome to Montgomery County Now.
Welcome to Montgomery County Now, made of something stronger. The podcast that brings you the latest news, interviews, and a glimpse into the future with Sheriff Jeff Smith. Get ready to dive into the heart of Montgomery County and discover what makes it truly special. From community updates to thought-provoking conversations, this podcast is your window into the pulse of our county. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and join us on this captivating journey with Sheriff Jeff Smith.
Good morning, folks. It's Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. Welcome back to the show. Appreciate you joining us today. As usual, we're going to run through things that have happened here at the Sheriff's Office over the last couple of weeks. We have a spectacular guest, something I'm super excited about, talking with him about exciting things happening in this county, and I'm able to serve with him on the board of directors, so that makes it extra special for me. And then, as usual, we'll finish the show by sharing local events where we hope to partner with you and see you out there. The Sheriff's Office is busy. You know, I say that every time we have a show together. You know, I want to start out by giving our condolences. We had a very tragic double fatal motor vehicle accident, you know, a couple weeks ago, and we're still dealing with the investigation into that. But two young men lost their lives, and you know, condolences to their families. It's always a difficult thing, not only for them, but certainly for our staff that deals with incidents like this. And we understand it's a fact of life, and things happen, but we're doing a thorough, complete investigation. And when that's completed, you know, we'll make a final release and a final statement. And, you know, we hope that those families can heal and recover appropriately. In 2025, it is now required for everyone that operates a boat or a Sea-Doo or some sort of watercraft to have a New York State boater's certificate. And we have been conducting classes for years. We're conducting another one here at the Sheriff's Office, and it filled up almost instantly. So I just want our listeners to know, if you need that class, we're probably going to schedule another one, you know, and pay attention, because if you're out on a waterway without that and you do happen to get stopped or have an incident, you could be held accountable. So make sure you're getting into those classes if you can, and we offer it free of charge here at our office. Thankful for our instructors. They do a great job. We've had multiple arrests, multiple fairly large scale arrests. We had a throughway incident where there was a small vehicle chase, and people were from Michigan cashing in fake $100 bills in the city of Amsterdam. They actually ran into one of our patrol cars, causing damage, but we were able to apprehend all of them. And they were conducting this activity all along the East Coast, and multiple locations. There's multiple arrest warrants from different states. So it was a good apprehension, you know, a good arrest. Welfare fraud arrest. We continue to have a problem with retail theft larcenies. We talk about that all the time. That continues to go on. So check out our press release page and our social media page. Those are posted, and we share as many details as we possibly can. Everyone out there knows the Northeast and the weather. It's the middle of the winter, and it's cold, it's windy, it's snowy, freezing rain, sleet. So be prepared, leave early, take your time on those highways, be respectful of one another, but expect the unexpected, right? The sun could be out today at 9 o'clock, and at 9:10, it could be snowing like crazy with the lake effect snow squalls and things like that we experience. Thank you to our plow drivers and everything that they do to try to keep our streets as clean as possible. Sometimes they take a bad rep, but you know, there's a lot of miles to cover in this county, and it's a difficult job, and we appreciate the work that they do. Our first responders took some important training recently on electric buses. We don't know where that's going to shake out. Obviously, that's a big political hot potato, and we don't get into politics on this show, but just in case, our first responders are receiving the training so that they're prepared should there be an incident, and should those actually arrive and be utilized. You know, I'm proud of them for all the work that they do. I say it all the time, our firefighters are second to none in this county, and I thank them for their dedication. I was elected to a position at the New York State Sheriff's Association. I'm now the Sergeant at Arms for the New York State Sheriff's Association. Proud of that. Attended the training winter conference for the Sheriff's Association in Albany. We always have great topics. We learn a great deal, things that I can bring back to the county for our staff and our constituents. So ongoing training is important for anyone, and happy to be part of that. When it does get super cold, we've listed the warming centers in Montgomery County. We've listed them on our social media page, excuse me. Check that out so you know if you need those. And for anybody who may be homeless or struggling, they're there to provide some assistance during those extremely cold times. We started a new program here called the Blue Envelope Program. That's also on our social media page and our website. Check it out. It's for people who drive that maybe are experiencing on the scale with autism. And it allows them to explain to the law enforcement official by showing them this blue envelope that they keep in their glove box with their important papers in there. And that would educate the officer on how to deal with the situation and maybe make it go a little bit better because there would be a joint understanding instead of some frustration on both ends, both the driver and a police officer. So it's a good program, something that we just started, and many sheriff's offices throughout the state are doing as well. Scams, we remind everybody all the time, never give out any of your personal information unless you originated that phone call. Your date of birth, your social security number, certainly your bank account information. If you didn't originate that contact, do not do it, whether it be on the phone, by mail, on the computer, over email, or somebody that knocks on your door in person. If you did not originate that contact with that company and you do not know 100% of the time who you are dealing with, do not provide that information. Sadly, there's people in our county getting scammed each and every day. The scams always change a little bit here and there, but there's a lot of money involved and a lot of loss, and we feel very bad for those victims. We have a preparedness class coming up at Amsterdam High School, so we want you to check that out. That's February 5th, 6 o'clock. That's later this week. It teaches you how to be self-sustaining and prepared for 72 hours, and they give you some great information. It's free. You just need to register and attend. So, we certainly hope you take advantage of that. Black History Month, month of February, we certainly need to pay respect and honor to all the people that have set the tone for everything we do in society today. And we want to recognize that and make sure we pay the respect for the people that have done good and do good and have caused change in our society. Our snowmobiles went out this weekend. The snowmobile trails were open for the first time. Our snowmobiles were out and counted 25 sleds. Out of the 25 sleds, they only found one violation, and that person was unregistered, and the person registered the snowmobile right on his phone at the deputy's presence right there out on the snowmobile trail. So that's a win-win. It's very important to follow the rules, and we want safe operation. And when you register your sled and you follow those rules, the snowmobile clubs receive a bit of money, which helps with the grooming. So that's an important process. And I think the last thing I want to share, and I'll talk about it again in the events, though, is March 24th. I'm having a large fundraiser at Lorenzi's South Side for the State Sheriff's Summer Camp. We're trying to make the summer camp year-round instead of just the summer and turn it into a wellness clinic for first responders. You'll see the flyer on our social media, and I've shared it as much as possible, hoping we get as many people as possible there to raise some very important funds for a great cause. So that kind of wraps it up, what's happened in the last couple of weeks here at the office. None of that has anything to do with the daily calls of service, right? And the meetings and the other arrests that do not get reported because they just don't meet that reporting criteria. The traffic tickets that are issued, the traffic stops, the evictions, the wage garnishes, the subpoenas, all those things that happen each and every day. We are busy. We are appreciative of your partnership. I thank you for joining us on the show, and we're always here for you if you need something. Never be afraid to reach out to us. Let's move on to the exciting part about this show, and that's our guest, Mr. Mike Reynolds, who is the Vice President of Montgomery County Habitat for Humanity. Mike, thank you for joining us today on the show.
Jeff, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure. So exciting to be here and to hear all the wonderful things that you and your team are doing in our community. It's awesome.
Well, I got to tell you, Mike, when you talk about wonderful things in the community, that's Habitat. I'm lucky enough to serve on the board, and I'm not as dedicated as you, certainly, or the leadership on that board. I just don't have as much time, but I see the work that goes into it and the caring and the paying attention to detail, and you all should be very commended for the work that you do.
Well, hey, we appreciate that. It takes a village and a team, just like it takes the community and the county to put together the resources to do the good work that we want to do. So, special shout out to our team members and fellow board members on Habitat. Thank you for all you're doing for us, and certainly we are looking for new board members. So, if you are interested, please reach out to me or the sheriff if you're interested in joining our board. We're looking for committed, dedicated individuals that want to see us transform the community and provide more affordable, sustainable housing, which is our mission, right? So really
Yeah,
exciting. And yeah.
that's a great point. We're always looking for people to join the board or help out with a build or do whatever. And when you talk about affordable, sustainable housing, tell us what the project is at hand right now, Mike. Talk a little bit about where we're at, what we're doing, where it's going to be. Fill us in. Let the listeners know.
So we've been blessed with a lot of support, particularly within the city of Amsterdam. Mayor Cinquani has been a very big supporter of our team. So we actually were lucky enough to partner with the city and procure two plots. We're actually in the process of subdividing this one property into two properties where we are planning our next two builds, which is really exciting. So this is over on North Matthias Avenue in the city of Amsterdam. And our plan is we're going to be hopefully breaking ground by June 1st to build a new home. It's going to be gorgeous, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, modular home. One of the aspects that we really thought about and as we approached our new project was timing. You all might remember we renovated a house on Thomas Street most recently. That was a really important passion project. Actually, a coworker of mine from St. Mary's actually donated the property to Habitat. It was a beautiful story of how we were able to really repurpose this property and put a new family into that house. But it took a long time, Jeff. And that's something that we are cognizant of, and we desire to really speed up our processes so that we can make more of an impact in our community. We know that housing is one of our more central needs in this community. So by going with a modular plan, we're literally going to build the foundation and have a house dropped onto it, which is going to expedite our process delivery. So we're really hoping to be wrapped up here later this year. And right now, our biggest task is picking a family to reside in the house, which is super exciting.
Yeah, I agree. So let's talk about that real briefly, Mike. Explain to them where they can apply, right? We need applicants if you know a family that's in need. And then also it's not totally free housing. So explain to them, what they would be paying. It's a very, very cost effective actual mortgage that is very similar
Yes.
to or even cheaper than rent, right?
So yeah, that's a great point. Let's start there. So Habitat homes are not free. Habitat homes require work and money by the applicant family. So what we will require is sweat equity. So the definition of sweat equity is when you, as the applicant, come on site and actually sweat and put that equity into the construction of your new home. So I believe our requirement is 300 hours of sweat equity over the duration of the project. That's step one. Step two is that you will get a mortgage. We will partner with the family to subsidize the house cost as much as possible. We have been blessed to have support from various nonprofit entities in the forms of grants. Assembly member Santa Barbara has been a major supporter of our affiliate and has also been helping us with grants. So after all those grants are applied, we will work to apply for what most likely will be some sort of Sally Mae product or whatever the most applicable federal habitat loan product available on the market. Typically, that comes with a very low interest rate. Right now, the interest rate we desire to get for our family is 2%, but that might be subject to change, unfortunately. Federal funding availability is subject to change, unfortunately, so we are going to be monitoring that closely. But the goal is to make sure that whoever we select to live in the house can afford it. So we're hoping that the house at the end of the day will be a very reasonable low interest rate mortgage over a period of time. And we know, just candidly, Jeff, the house is really going to be nice. I
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
show a picture of it here. I can send a picture for the team. We are
Excellent.
really excited. It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath ranch, and it's going to be gorgeous. So we're really excited to put a family in here that's going to thrive and support our community moving forward.
I agree. It's going to be a beautiful house in a nice neighborhood, and it's going to be financially sustainable, and it's something that we're super excited about. Where do they get an application, Mike? Where can they apply if they know of a family or someone who's interested?
The second part to your question. So, our email is hfh.mcny. So that's Habitat for Humanity Montgomery County, New York, hfh.mcny @gmail.com. We'll certainly make these details available in the link when you're viewing the podcast. If you send us an email, we will send you an application. We are actually doing a lot of outreach on this now. So we've reached out to most major employers within Montgomery County, soliciting applications, and a lot of other nonprofit partners that we work with. So please do reach out if you have any questions. We are getting back to just about everybody. I've developed a comprehensive tracker to make sure every applicant, we receive their application and we respond to their application and get back to them in a timely manner. So we're expecting an influx of applications here in the next few months, and looking to make a decision here, and I would say that same time frame. So
Excellent.
hfh.mcny @gmail.com.
That's excellent. Yeah. So please, listeners, feel free to share our message. Help spread the word. Help spread the word that we're looking for people to join our organization. And one of the things that I want to talk about near the end before we wrap up, Mike, is that we also do a bunch of fundraisers. So Habitat is able to provide this house and do these things through grant applications, through support from the community, through people who donate. And if you see a fundraiser like a chicken parm dinner that's coming up, or a Halloween event, or sometimes we'll do tabling events at these public, events in the city of Amsterdam. Come say hi. Come feel free to make a donation. Come feel free to participate, whether it's a raffle or whatever, because that's how we thrive and that's how our community thrives. Is that fair enough?
Oh, absolutely. And I guess I would just, double down on that. We're in a lot of ways a small community, and the impact that our organizations like ours can make is big in these small areas. So if you have any interest in being involved, the momentum is really growing with our affiliate right now. We are hoping that with the completion of this build that we'll be able to um, get increased access to similar types of funding and repeat this process much more quickly. We have like a bit of a plan to hire an executive director, which will be really exciting, and start to expand our footprint and the development of affordable housing in the community at large here in the next few years. So this is just the beginning, and now is a great time to get on board, and certainly appreciate anyone that's been a supporter. Thank you, and for all our future supporters, we're grateful. We have a long way to go, as we all see as we drive into our work and go throughout our day to day here in Montgomery County.
Yeah, and folks, Habitat has a social media page, a Facebook page, so check us out on Facebook. Pay attention, like, follow, for updates on events and things like that. We hope to receive some media coverage, whether it be print, radio, or TV, about this project coming up soon. You were certainly going to try to get that message out. But it's the boots on the ground. It's the people that work and live in this community each and every day that share our message and are actually able to make a big difference. So when we team up and we partner together, that's what it's about. Betterment of our society, betterment of our local community, and support of one another. And Mike, you lead by example, and you are the epitome of an example of what we should expect from one another. And I can't thank you enough for one, joining us on the show, but two, for everything you do for the community and your involvement.
Oh, thank you. And Jeff, maybe just a quick thank yous. Cody Dutcher is our construction lead, and Jim Burrows. They're doing an outstanding job with the house project so far. That's BBL Medical and Liberty Enterprises, as well as our architect, Mark Patterson at SMRT. I'd also want to thank Lansing Engineering, who recently helped us with the subdivision of our property, and all of our community partners. You can hear just me in just 10 seconds. I rattled off all of these people. It truly does take a village, and please do reach out if you want to be a part of this really exciting work. That I can say I've done a lot of things in my life, but nothing really has been so rewarding as the work that we're doing here with Habitat.
I could agree with you. You talked about two Thomas really quick, but when that family actually moved in and that work was completed, even though it did take a long time, it's so rewarding and so refreshing, and it just makes a huge difference, and it gets you excited for the next phase of the next project.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And turning our cities and communities into vibrant, refreshed, affordable markets and economies is super exciting. It's great for our city. It's great for our community, and um, we're excited to do more.
Awesome. Great, great, great. Well, Mike, thank you so much. I wish the best to Habitat and the good work that you're doing. Thank you for everything. Thanks for joining us today. And hopefully the listeners out there will spread the word and we'll see some more growth from the results of this show. So have a great day, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, folks. What a great guest, Mike Reynolds. He does an awesome job with Habitat. What a great organization. I couldn't be prouder to, one, be a part of it, two, have him on the show, and three, the work they do in our community. And hopefully you can enjoy me. You can join me in supporting all those endeavors. When we talk about events coming up, I don't have a ton of events to share right now, really just three that I'm focusing on. And I talk about it all the time, and that's our volunteer firefighters. We have Town of Mohawk Fire Department that has their breakfast Sunday. And then we have the Ames Fire Department that has their breakfast on February 16th. Those two things, we need to get out and support our volunteers, folks. They work hard each and every day to provide support to our community through responding to emergencies, and they do a great job. And then the March 24th event that I talked about through the New York State Sheriff's Association at Lorenzo's South Side. I would love to see you all either send a donation or join me in person at that event. So check it out on our social media and partner with a great cause. We send 12 kids to summer camp every year, every summer, and to hear the stories from these kids and see the smiles on their face when they come back, it's worth every second and every penny. I want to thank you for joining us today on Montgomery County Now. It's great to be back in the saddle. Don't forget, we always end each show by saying, be courteous to one another, be respectful. Call us if you need something, 911 for emergencies or 518-853-5500 for non-emergencies. We're here to partner with you. We appreciate you. And I'm very thankful for all the support I receive from everyone in this county each and every day. So have a great, safe day. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you for tuning in to Montgomery County Now, made of something stronger. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and gained valuable insights from our interview and updates. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast to stay connected with Sheriff Jeff Smith and never miss an episode. Join us next time as we continue to explore the stories, people, and events that shape Montgomery County. Until then, remember, we are made of something stronger.